Hello boys and girls, this is Untitled of course, and welcome back to another CSGO video. This is gonna be a little bit of a tutorial here for DE Mirage. This is one of my favorite DE maps actually. I think it's very well balanced. It's a very fun map to play. Lots of lurking spots, lots of hiding spots for CTs, lots of attack opportunities for T as well. So overall a really nice map, fun to play, especially if you know it a little bit. I'm not gonna show you any advanced smokes or anything like that. I'm gonna do a little bit more basic stuff, just like good places to be covering from and having crossfires and similar. So let's get to it. When you're on T side, easiest way of going to B is obviously through B apps. Coming up on B, there's one easy flash. You just toss it on the edge here. You don't have to be that particular. If you hit it really nicely so it bounces, you're going to be able to flash a lot of people on short, over the bench, and anyone peeking on car. Obviously, the first thing you want to look at after you throw that flash is that corner, because there's usually going to be a CT there trying to get some quick, easy headshots. Then, of course, you're going to be looking at car, also a little bit towards bench, and a little bit towards site. You can always have people hiding around here. Then when you start moving up, then you obviously have bench. You can see that guy there already. Then we can have enemies down here. When you jump down, it's very easy to get caught in crossfire from a CT hiding over there, or a CT there, or there, or there. So, if there's no CTs over at the car hiding, you can be pretty sure there's gonna be one there, or maybe both of them are gonna be hiding. One other very common position for CTs to be hiding is behind this pillar, also behind this position on site, because they can easily shoot at people coming out of the door, and also if they want to, they can peek through window, but also looking towards short and looking towards anyone jumping out of the window. And of course we have the guy over here at the bench who can easily shoot into B-apps through the door opening, can look at short as well, and sometimes they will have one guy either behind that pillar or this one, but that's not that common. To attack A or B site successfully, a good thing to do is actually take over middle. One of the third things you want to do is check connector. There's usually one sneaky bugger hanging out in there. After that, a good thing to do is go for a quick pop flash and then check out sniper's nest. As you can see, bot Walt there was pretty good flashed. Usually they will try to go for cover, but that means that you can easily just sit and wait for them and shoot them, or take up position here in mid with a little bit of cover. You can also jump up quite nicely here, and you can see if the enemy goes aggressive in underground/underpass, you might have one CT waiting for you there as well. It's not so common though, and usually it's good to have some friendlies going underground as well to check it. When you stop moving up, you might want to check out the whorehouse, or ladder room as I like to call it. If you start moving up even more, the first thing you want to check is actually on top of these boxes, because you can quite easily boost a CT up on those boxes. Then obviously this little gap here. If you then want to move towards connector and A, first thing you want to do is check on top of ticket booth, then you want to check around these site boxes. And then of course, if you start firing, the first thing you want to do is check this corner as well. But don't go and check that corner the first thing you do, because you can see how high up you are here, and they can easily see from waist up on you and easily kill you. So the first thing you do if entering connector is obviously span, check that corner, and then the first thing you go to is up there, then slightly move up so you can check those, and then check this. If you then proceed to go even further on A, you obviously have to watch out for this guy that might be hiding in the corner, or anyone trying to pop out again if you don't have a friendly covering your back. If you want to boost up in sniper spot, I believe you can actually do it just by yourself. I don't know how though. I'm pretty sure someone told me that you can get up here by yourself, but with just one friend boosting you up there, you can easily jump from there and inside, and then go in jungle or CT spawn, and then try to shoot the CTs in the back. If you are pushing towards A site here through a slope, or a ramp as some people might call it, one of the first things you want to do is actually take a quick peek right up here. Usually the CTs, especially if they have an upper, will try to take a peek down through these stairs and try to shoot you already whilst you're standing here, actually. I put that bot in the ground a little bit by mistake, so I believe he can see the top of your head and you can see the top of his head if he's opping, and if he jumps up on that bench, you can definitely see him and he can definitely see you. So one of the first things you want to do is actually check that area. Then you want to go over to checking these boxes. Then CT spawn, obviously, there might be one guy there. Then you want to check on, not on top of those boxes, but sometimes people might be hiding up there, but rather right here. It's very hard to see CT sometimes, kind of head glitching over these little stones here. Obviously, if one guy rushed really good and had a good spawn, he can make it all over here without you ever hearing him or seeing him, so watch out for that. Then when you start moving up on the site, you might encounter one guy over here or in the corner right there. Also, of course, one guy below here. There's usually one down there or up here. When you start pushing towards a site here through... Oh, what is this? This is Sandwich, I believe. Yes, Sandwich. You might have one guy sitting over there shooting at you. As you can see, he's still hidden. You can't really see him, so he can easily pop out unless you notice like a pistol sticking out or a rifle sticking out or a foot like there. Also this guy, obviously. Then you can have one guy behind the site right there. Or one guy here. I put this guy a little bit in the ground, sadly. He lost everything below his waist. I'm so sorry, Waldo. You're done for, mate. You're done for. So, yeah, these are some of the most common positions. I can show you how it looks like coming through apps. For example, if you know they have an opper and he's opping through jungle / sniper spot, a good thing is to obviously try to peek him the first thing you do. But he has a good peeker's advantage on you here, because it's quite hard to line up your crosshair when you only have this little gap to look through. Sure, he only sees you through a little gap, but he can just hold his aim still there, and as soon as he sees anything move there or see a color change, he can shoot, and you're usually dead. So what I like to do is actually jump right over, check this corner first off, then go over to checking Sandwich, then slowly check stairs and also connector, because you can boost up on boxes in there, and then go for jungle, since you can more easily kind of tell where jungle is gonna be by having a lot more movement or lay room, so to say. Then you want to check this position. A lot of people like to sit there, then right there or there. Then of course going over to CT spawn. Then when you want to jump down, I would recommend you check that first, then right there, and then quickly move and scan this area. When you move on to site, you obviously still want to keep your eye on short. There might be someone over there, but most importantly is usually CT spawn, because they might rotate quickly through there. But also obviously up on stairs, like I said before, there might be someone hiding. So those are the most common positions I would say people would be holding on A if you attack from T-spawn. Okay, that is some of the most common positions that CTs can take up, and those are quite good positions. Even though they're well known, they're easy to defend from, most of them, and you can get some good kills. But hopefully that's gonna help your T side a little bit. Since I've already kind of shown most of the positions, I'm just gonna show you some kind of risky plays that might pay off if you do it correctly. For example, if you can hear that the majority of the Ts are coming A, you might want to hold up here in this little corner, just pop a smoke and wait here as long as it takes. You can even sit here without a smoke, or maybe even place the smoke somewhere around here, so it isn't so obvious that you're gonna be hiding in this corner. Another favorite thing I like to do personally, I'm not much of a smoke hider because I usually end up getting shot because I'm too obvious with it, is jump up top on these boxes, then start sneaking, and the first thing I do is peek this pillar side, then I quickly peek here, then I move my way in, peek over there, and then I peek over here, and just slowly move my way into T-spawn, and I can then tell if there's anyone back here in T-spawn. I might be able to check if anyone is in A-slope, or even make my way behind them in B-apps or middle. Another nice push is to simply shoot out the grates, try to jump, and then crouch just before you land, and then do the same here. and then sneak up towards middle. If the enemy is really quick out with a lot of people, you're probably gonna get pooped on here, but if they just have an upper holding the little angle here or trying to make it to middle, you can usually outshoot the upper. Either peek him right here. If you notice him going here and he saw you, the last thing you want to do is slowly go up and try to shoot him here or here. The best thing is actually, if he notices you and misses you, jump, and then jump up here and shoot him from on top. Easy peasy, you can get the hands of an AWP or an AK maybe even, and then you can just either hang out here looking T-spawn or hanging out here looking underground if they come out through underground. You can obviously also push T-spawn and try to go into B apps or behind them towards A. Another good and sneaky push is basically the same start. You jump, you crouch, you jump and crouch. Oh, I failed that one. Quickly run here up until this position. When you see this little ledge and then you sneak, then the chance of them hearing you is pretty small. You can set up here just in head height. You can actually aim for head right about here. That usually will get you a good hit. Try to line yourself up so you have that or that as a line. That usually is great. You can get one or maybe even two easy headshots even on AKs and heavy weapons, simply because a P250 has such a great armor penetration. If you actually want to push them, then you don't stay there, but instead of staying, you start sneaking with your weapon out, hold it in head height, then look there, and then kind of back and try to swivel around a little bit. Sometimes you might even get lucky like I did. Notice them standing here, 4 of them just setting up to nade and smoke and flash B, and you can get 3-4 easy headshot kills. So then what you do is kind of up to you. You can check out if there's any T's behind here. You can assault them in the back if they've already taken B, or you can try to sneak your way or run your way up into mid or T-spawn/A and gank them in the back simply. Okay, we're getting to the last part of the video here. If you're CT and you're holding B, you won't really have that many push opportunities or lurking opportunities, sadly, since B is really the hardest spot to actually try to lurk or push out of. But a good tip I can give you guys is if you want to get up in the apps quickly, approach the car from this angle, then you only have to jump 2 times instead of if you go from this angle, because then you have to obviously 3 times, and that's gonna take a lot longer. So the first thing you want to do is line yourself up, come from this angle, jump up, and jump over here. This is a pretty good position you can be holding. You can see a lot of people holding this position sometimes. If they don't see you jumping up here, this is a very powerful position. A lot of the times your mate might be smoking into apps, so you can actually advance and take up a little bit more sneaky position. Many people like to sit on top of this, what is it? The chair, I guess, and trying to shoot people, but the problem with that is most people are going to pre-peek that position, so it's better to actually be sitting at this position. That way you can see anyone trying to sneak up from the left side like so, trying to use this cover and this pot to try to check the area as well, because they're not going to be able to see you as quickly as you see them, and you might be able to get some quick kills. Also, if the smoke is still there, another good position is to sit up here. You just back yourself up towards a wall, line this wall up with that wall, take a couple of shots when you're running low on health or ammo, just drop down and go back and switch positions, either shooting them here. You can also of course jump up, shoot a little, go to the right, then jump down again, or you can also of course take up a position back here, behind here, or any other normal position that people usually like to take up. So that's a little bit of positions and a few small tips or tricks that should be easy to understand and easy to follow, I hope. If this helped you out and you felt like you learned something, please hit that like button, maybe share it, maybe comment a little bit as usual. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.